Hi there everyone, it's Gloria Kramer from Oakville, Ontario. Today we're going to make this card here using the Arrange a Wreath. This is part of my Easter online class, and you can find all my classes on meetup.com under Oakville Creative Escapes. So this was not a product-based class. I had pre-cut everything for the kit. I'm allowed to. And the only thing you really had to do is stamp your sentiment. And I'm going to show you how you can stamp your eggs even if you don't have the stamp set that I used. So this is Arrange a Wreath. It comes with all the dies. Sometimes they fall off my magnetic sheet, but they're usually there. And I love this one because you can actually use it for Christmas, Easter, fall, summer. It's one of those stamp sets that's good for all year round. Okay, so let's get started. Now in your kit, you may have like a different ribbon. The reason for this is I was making these kits. I ran out of this ribbon here. I didn't realize it came in a smaller spool. So that's what we did. And I always, when I can, I cut out my dies on a piece that I'm going to be covering up. So you're not going to see that anyways. So let's get started. I'm going to use this fast fuse. It's an old one, but it does the job. And I have lots of this left over. It's no longer available, but there is a Stampin' Up! Version of it that is available online. I think it's Stampin' Seal Plus. So we're just going to mount this on, leaving about 1/16 of an inch all around. I usually just eyeball it. And of course I forgot to put my ribbon on first. So when you do yours, put your ribbon on first. I'm going to put it on now so it will, at least I will have the ribbon on before I put it onto my card base. So I'm just going to lay it down right there. That's half an inch from the bottom of the card. You can do it a little higher if you want, but and then now we're going to glue this piece on there, and I'll put that off to the side so you can see what we're making. Okay. I don't always have the best of luck with this. Alrighty. It is Monday morning, and it was daylight savings on the weekend. And I always find, I'm not sure about you, but I always find I'm extra tired on the Monday. It takes me a while to sort of get used to the time change. It's crazy because it's only an hour, and you would think an hour wouldn't make that much of a difference. But believe it or not, it does. And they even say studies show that during daylight savings, people spend less money, they have more accidents, they're more accident prone because they're tired. And I truly believe that is the case. that can happen. So with these two pieces, what you can do, if you want to do it the easy way, you just lay them on top like that. If you want to do it intertwine them, and you've seen me intertwine them before, so I'm not going to intertwine them today. I think it actually looks pretty good just put on top of each other, so that's what I'm going to do. And I'm going to use my Tombow glue. Hopefully this is one that works. I probably should have checked before I started. And just make sure all of your little pieces are off and that there's no dog hair stuck on your pieces. I apologize if you occasionally find the odd dog hair in your kit. I do have 2 dogs. One does not shed. He's a doodle, but the other one sheds like crazy. He sheds enough for 2 of them. Actually, he sheds enough for probably 5 dogs. It's crazy. He's got this long double coat. Okay, so I have my glue, and I'm just going to plop it right down in the middle. Doesn't have to be perfect. Put it right down there in the middle. And we're going to do the same with this one here. The Tombow glue is sort of my go-to glue for everything. I like the fine tip as well, but I just find I like the type of glue that is Tombow as opposed to the other one. Now you might hear some talking in the background because my husband has a Zoom call and he's working from home. He's been working from home for the last year. It's actually been just over a year with COVID. So I do apologize if you hear this mumbling from a guy in the background. I generally try to do these videos when he's not around, and now I feel like I'm competing with his voice.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, I'm super happy with the other half where we gain an hour. That's no. I have no problem adjusting to that. It's just this one.
And I actually hear my husband talking about daylight savings time with his team. And he's like, oh, I don't mind the falling back. I'm okay with gaining an hour. Okay. So now it comes to the Easter eggs. And I'll show you what you can do if you don't have the stamp that actually goes with it. What you can do is just take a stamp that has a pattern. I took this one here. It has like flowers and roses or whatever. I'm going to use my Flirty Flamingo. Looks like some brown splotches on there. I don't know what that is. Hopefully that's not going to. So I'm just going to ink this up. I'm going to put my 2 pieces together, and I don't want to ruin this nice blue, nice clean blue background that I have. So I'm going to find something that I can stamp on that's already sort of dirty. Okay, so let's use this piece here. So we have our 2 eggs. We're going to put them together here. And I've inked up this this stamp that has a pattern. And I am going to just stamp it like that. And now my eggs have a pattern. See how that works? It's easy peasy. And I'm just going to do the same for these 2. And we're just going to use the same stamp, except we're going to use it with Blushing Bride. Actually, we'll just use it. I'm going to use Petal Pink just because Petal Pink is here in front of me and Blushing Bride is not. So again, I'm going to put these together. If you have a really big stamp, then you can do them both at the same time. If you don't, you can do it separately. But see, now my eggs have a pattern to them. Okay, now what we're going to do with the eggs is we're just going to pop these up. You can pop up the flowers as well. It's up to you what you want to do. If you don't want to use the eggs and you just want to make like a spring card, you can omit the eggs and just add more flowers or put hearts. It's entirely up to you. I know not everyone celebrates Easter. Like, you can always do Happy Spring. Yeah, whatever you want. And then we're going to put these sequins on. And then again, your sentiment can be from any stamp set, really. I happen to use the one that is from Arrange a Wreath, and I just need to, I think I'm going to try stamping the sentiment in the Early Espresso. Let's see how that looks. That's perfect. And there's not too much fussy cutting involved when you're doing your sentiment. You can cut it as, you can even leave it and just do it a banner if you're not into the whole fussy cutting. But for this one, the fussy cutting isn't a lot. The next card we're going to do after this is the card in a box. Nice spring card. So there's our sentiment, and we're just going to pop this up. I think in my sample here I used soft suede for the sentiment. I'm just going to show you what a difference it looks with Early Espresso.
Is that the support ticket 4691?
So that is my dog groaning. I don't know if you heard that in the background. He stretches and he makes these like big groaning noises. So there's our finished card. So as you can see, different color ribbon, different ink for the sentiment, a different pattern on the eggs. So we used our own stamp for the eggs. This one, the pattern came with the stamp set to Arrange a Wreath. So I used those two for with this card here. But there you go. So thanks again for joining me. Happy Monday, and have an awesome week. And we'll see you again soon.